Okay. Again, we'll have our SQL demonstration of their SQL. So we'll have the basic functionalities of our database, the add, edit, delete, and search. Okay. For this one, so I'm going first to design my activity. So, sige, we'll change the layout na lang. We'll change the layout para it's more easier to navigate or to design your activity. Change na lang natin siya to linear layout. Okay. So, linear layout para mas madali. So, for our linear layout, let's have vertical there. And then, maglalagay lang ako, I'll just place a large text on inside my linear layout. Okay. So, I'll title this or I'll place a title for this application or I'll name this as database simulator. Okay. And then, after my title, I'll insert a linear layout which is a horizontal. So, sa baba. Okay. For this one, inside my linear layout horizontal, I'll insert an edit text. Okay. And two buttons. There. Okay. My first button, I'll name my first button as find. This one is for my search. It will serve as my search button. So we'll have btn find. And then the other one, I'll change the text clear btn clear. Okay. And the edit text, I'll just place a hint. Diba on my previous lessons, I've already differentiated the difference between the text and the hint. So this one, I'll place ID. Okay. So we have the ID, button. So I'll just change the ID of the edit text as text ID. Okay. Okay. And then um select the linear layout horizontal. Change yung weight sum to 3 there. And then for my edit text, syempre wait, edit text, it's wrap content. And then let's change the input type. Actually, you can use this one, the number, or for example, you have already inserted your edit text. You can just change here on the properties, look for input type. Okay, so for our input type, change our check number. Okay, so that it will only accept number as an input. Okay. And then for my button, okay, so this is my button fine. The text is fine. I'll just place a weight of 1.5. And then also for my clear, just have a 1.5. Okay. Sorry. It's 1.5 there. Okay na? So, yan. Hilain ko lang siya. Oops, sorry. Diba? Nag-change pa ako. Change ko lang din. Oh, sige, ganyan na lang. There. So, I have there ulit the weight linear layout, recap, a weight sum of 3, And change ko this one. I forgot to change yung width niya to match parent para medyo humaba. Ay, no, no, no. Mali. Hindi pala yan. Oops. There. This one. Ito. Tama. Match parent and wrap content. Okay? So, I have the ID, the find, and the search. Next, change ko yung edit text. Remember yung change natin yung background niya. So, change the background to yan, draw a ball. Then type edit box background. So, hintayin lang natin. Let's wait for it. There. So, nag-change na siya. So, may box type na siyang ganun. Okay? Next. So, sa baba. Okay. Sa baba, here. I'll just place again an edit text. Okay. So, this one is for the first name. Another is for a last name. And then, so meron akong first name, last name. Okay. So, edit ko muna sila. So, select both. Change the background to edit box background. So, drawable. Edit box background. Okay. There. For the first, I'm going to change the ID of the first. We have text, last name, and then the hint. Change ko siya as last name. And then this one naman, for the ID, text, first name, and then the hint, first name. There. So I have the first name and the last name. Next, okay. Sa baba, I'm just going to insert an address and an age. Okay. So, same sila ng layout. I mean, magkapantay sila. So, we'll have a linear layout, horizontal, sa baba ng first name. So, inside my linear layout, horizontal again, I'll place two edit box. Okay. Sorry, edit text. Okay. For this one, okay, change ko siya. So, linear layout, horizontal, select nyo yon. Change nyo yung weight sum to 10. Okay. And then, change na rin natin. Select both yung edit text. Change the background. We have edit box again. Okay. And then, isa-isahin natin siya. For this one, we'll name this as address. So, we'll have the ID text address. And then, the hint address. And then this one, the ID is text age. And then we also have the hint of age. Okay. For the address, change natin siya Sa weight niya ay 1. And then for this one, let's change the weight to 9. Parang baliktad. Okay. So, the age, let's have the input type ng age na, saan yung input type? Siyempre, for the age, we'll have number for the input type. And then, same, wrap content, silang dalawa. Okay? So, wala pang nangyayari dyan. For example, we just look yung itsura niya on the BlueStack. Wait, dun siya. Check lang natin yung layout. Let's just check the layout. Oops. What happened? Error installing. Hmm. So let's wait there. It's installing. Let's wait. Let's check the layout. Oh no, ba't nag-error siya? Huh? Launcher? Error launching. Mag-clear lang ako ha. Clean. Di naman. Ito na siya. It's already installed. Ayan siya. There. Oops! Nagre-reinstall. Sorry naman. So, ito siya. There. So, the ID, fine. Next, ang laki nito. So, let's change yung ano. Balik na rin natin. So, we'll have this one, 9. And this one, 2, 1. There. So, ayan siya, oh. Okay? Next. So, at the bottom part, here, at the bottom, below the address and the age, we'll have 4 buttons. You'll have the buttons natin. Add, save, update, and delete. So, for that, I need another linear horizontal. Inside my linear horizontal, I'll place 4 buttons. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay? So all are match parent. Okay. Uh, match parent wrap con. Ay, wait. The width is match parent. The height is wrap content. Okay. So for the first button, let's have this as add. And then for the ID, btn add. This one is save, btn save. Ah, okay. Third one is update, btn update. And then we all have here, the last is delete, btn delete. So we have 4 buttons there. Okay. Uh, the functions of the 4 buttons, when I click add, it will just actually open this one. When I click save, it will save any modifications on my, or it will save whatever the user type on my edit box. And then update, I will update the record. And syempre delete. Whatever I find, I can delete the record. Okay. Below the 4 buttons, okay, I will insert a list view. The list view will serve as my report. All of my queries, let's say for all of the contents of the database will be displayed on the list view. Okay, so I'll just name my, oh, okay na pala. So this one, the ID is list view. So okay na yan. Let's have that as list view. Same yung match parent and wrap content. So this will be the layout of my application. So check natin. There. Okay. So I have yung find, wait lang. Bakit ito? Oops. So this one, match pair, naka-match parent naman siya. It's match parent. Ah, okay. So, match parent, pero lagyan natin ng weight tong mga to. Let's place weight on all the buttons. Oops. So, let's have weight is equals to 1. Para pare-pareho sila. There. Yan. So, may weight na sila. Hindi na sila dikit-dikit. Okay? So, this is my layout. As you can see, I cannot view yung list view kasi there are no records yet. So, hindi siya obvious. Okay? Next. So, I have here already my layout. Okay. First, I'm going to add a Java file. So, click kong right-click, new Java class. So, I'll just name this as contract. Okay. Okay. Same doon sa ginawa natin ng last. Pero in here, I'll just insert all yung mga query natin. I'll just insert yung query to create the table. Okay? Diba, when you have yung query na create the table, you need to have yung mga names ng fields. All of the names ng fields, ilalagay ko rin siya sa isang variable. So, just have here public, static, final, string. For my first field, I'll just name it as field ID is equals to ID, and then public static final string, tapos lagay natin si field first name, and then say copy paste na lang natin for our last name. Then this one, last name. Then I also have the field for my address. So, address. Oops. Change ko na lang to para one word. There. So, address. Also have another for, di ba, I have ID, first name, last name, yung kulang, yung age. So, age. And then, I need to have yung sa table name. So, table name is equals to, lagay na lang natin, TB, table records. And then, syempre, yung query natin. So, public static final string, create query. Okay, for the query, lagay ko create. Be careful with your spaces dito So, table, space, double quote, and then you have the table name, plus, lagay natin si double quote, parentheses, plus the first column, which is the ID. So, we'll have field ID. Okay. The field ID, lagyan natin. So, parentheses, field ID, space, double quote space, lagyan natin. It's an integer. It's a primary key. And it's an auto increment. Oops. Always check yung spelling and everything para hindi na kayo babalik. Increment. There. Comma. And then I also have another field. So it's an auto increment. Lagay ako dito ng space. Another field is for my last name. Last name plus, let's have text not null, comma, plus, then I have space. Next is for my field first name, plus, space, it's also a not null, it's text not null, comma, plus, for the address, so field address, same, text not null, comma, plus, and then for my age, for the field age, so field age, plus, the age is, and check nyo mabuti I have here the space. Kasi after the field, after nyan, may space para hindi siya dudugtong. So, see to it, there's a space. So for this one, it's an integer. It's not null. Okay. Plus, and then double quote, parenthesis, semicolon. And semicolon sa dulo. So we have create table space, the name of the table, which is TBL records. The field, the name of parenthesis, the name of the field name. Space is an integer. Primary key in it's an auto increment, comma, plus sign. Then the field last name space not text not null. Okay, and then first name space text not null. Address space text not null, and the age space it's an integer not null, and yung parentheses para dito, the close parentheses and the semicolon. Balik. There. So that's my query. And then let's have declare nyo na rin yung private string. You have the first name. We also have the last name, address, and we also have a private integer or int id and age. Okay. Next. So next we'll have right click, generate getters and setters. So lahat. So select all. Shift nyo, select all. Okay. So I have here the get ID. And ayun na sila. Oops, sobra. Oh no, wait. Nilahat ko pala. Again, generate getters and setters. So, ito lang pala. Yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yung nasa dulo. So, okay. Sumobra. So, get first name, set first name, get last name, set last name, address, set address, get ID, set ID, get age, set age. There. So, I have my getters and setters na. Okay na? Any questions? Wala. Okay. Next. Next is for my main activity. This is where I will place, sorry. I have here pa pala the SQLite methods. It's where I will place yung mga queries, other queries ko before yung main activity. So, okay natin. So, we'll have another Java class. Right-click new, Java. So, lagay natin SQLite. SQLite methods. Dito ko ilalagay yung methods ko. Okay? So, okay. For this one, I will implement or extend yung SQLite Open Helper. So, kailangan ko siya. Error. So, just click the red bulb. Sabi niya, implement methods, which is the onCreate and onUpgrade. There. Another is, error pa rin, so red bulb. Create constructor. So, yung una. Context, name, factory. So, yan na lang. So, there. So, I have extended, in-extend ko yung si SQL Lite Open Helper for this one. So, sensya na kayo, medyo, it's long talaga. I've not yet started on the yung mismong codes for the adding, deleting, wala pa. Okay, nag-getters and setters, and ito naman, we have yung SQL pa. So, for this one, lagay ko muna sa taas, I need to declare the database name, yung database versions natin. So, we have public, static, final, string, database, lagay natin name. Let's name our database as, kasi meron siyang ID, last name, first name, address. Registration na lang. Registration database. Okay? And then we have public, static, final, int, database, version is equals to 1. Okay. And then for this one, SQLite methods, I'm just going to use yung context, and here on my super, so I have a context, replace this one to database name, factory, wala, so it's null, and yung version ko, yung dineclare ko kanina, so we have the database version there. And then for my on create, lagay ko SQL, SQL, wait, DB kasing ginamit ko dito. So, para pare-pareho, SQLite database na lang siya. So, SQLite database dot execute SQL. We have, kundin natin si contract that yung create query natin. So, tatawagin natin siya. Okay? So, magkikreate siya ng table natin. Okay? Once, for example, I've already na-execute ko na once yung program ko. So, hindi na siya magkikreate. Ang gagawin na lang niya, okay, ida-drop niya yung existing table natin. Okay? So, lagay ko dito sa on upgrade, SQLite. Sorry. Palitan ko lang palitan ko lang to. SQLite database. Int 1 and then int I1. I1. So, there. So, lagay ko SQLite database that execute SQL. So, we'll have drop table if exist space plus contract class or contract na ginawa natin kanina that the table name. Okay. And then we'll call yung on create SQLite. There. So, yun lang siya. Okay? So, nag-create lang tayo ng table natin. Sorry. We have created our database and the table. Now, we'll have to insert. Okay? So, ituloy ko na on the insert. Okay? For the insert, lagay natin, oops, mali. Sa labas dapat. We have public, long, insert record, Okay. We have yung SQLite methods, database, string, params. Okay. Kung saan, okay, naghahanap siya ng return kaya meron siyang ano. Okay, it's missing a return. That's why it's an error. So, lagyan na lang natin return, insert record. Yan, para hindi siya mag-error. Wrong spelling ba? There. Okay. So, lagay ko dito SQLite database. Let's call this as my database is equals to db dot get writable database. Okay. Content values, I'll get all yung values na ilalagay natin mamaya. CV is equals to new content values. And then CV dot put contract dot first is yung last name. Kasi yun yung nasa database natin. Ayan, no? So, inuna natin si last name. So, I'll have here that last name. Okay, which is parameter 0. Wait. So, lagay natin CV dot put contract dot field first name. Params natin is 1. CV dot put contract dot susunod is address. Params 2. Oops, sorry. Then CV dot put contract dot field age parameter 3. Okay, and then we have long insert record is equals to my database dot insert. So contract dot insert natin sa table. And then we'll have string null, wala null. Then CV, yung content values natin. So next, my database dot close. So this one is for my insert. Okay. So punta muna ako on my Java. Kasi isa-isahin natin. So insert muna. Tapos punta tayo ng Java. Let's declare and catch lahat nung nilagay natin. Okay. Ano yung mga nilagay natin? We have the buttons, the edit text, mga gayon. So, lagay natin button, btn find, btn, nasa taas, clear, btn add, btn save, btn update, and btn delete. There. So, after nun, I also have my edit text. My edit text are text ID And then I also have the text last name, text first name, text address, also have text age, and then and list view, which is list view there. So yan sila. Next, lagay ko na lahat. So SQL light methods, DB manager is equals to new SQLite methods, this, and then I also have list string, have the record list is equals to new array list, okay, string, and kailangan ko siyang i-declare, i-import, and array adapter, which is adapter there, adapter, yan. Then sa baba, I need to cast, isa-isahin ulit natin siya. So let's cast all your edit text. So text ID is equals to edit text find view by id r dot id dot text id, text last name is equals to edit text find view by id r dot id dot text last name. So copy paste ko na lang. See to it when you do the copy pasting, syempre you edit. So ito ay first name, and then this one is that text first name, and then I also have yung address. This one is text address, and text age is equals to edit text find view by id r dot id dot text age there. Next, isa. Yung mga buttons natin. So, baka magkalimutan. Add is equals to bt and, it's button. Find view by id r dot id dot bt and add. And you also have your find. Okay. As you can see, ayan o. When I cast dito, it turns purple. Okay. So, you know if you missed out something. So, clear equals to button. Find view by id r dot id dot clear. bt and clear. Also have bt and save equals to save. Button. Find view by id r dot id dot bt and save. Update bt and update. Button. Find view. Excuse me. r.id.bt and update. btn delete is equals to button find view by id r dot id dot btn delete. So, kakakast ko lang sa kanya. So, yun lang. And then, I'll make all of my buttons clickable. Okay. So, lalagyan natin ng btn click. Okay, btn click is btn click is equals to new btn wrong big letter btn click there. So red bulb, sabi niya create an inner class. So ayan na si private class btn natin. Okay. And then, lagyan natin btn, lahat ng btn natin. So, kunin ko to, copy, paste, but this one, lagyan natin ng dot, set on click listener, btn click. So, copy, there. Tapos, red bulb, make btn click implements yung click. So, on click listener dito. So, there. So, let's start with your add new muna. Okay, when you use yung add new button again serves as yung for yung enables o yung mga edit text natin or yung mga text boxes natin. Okay, so let's have switch. Lagay natin view. Sorry, it's v yung natataas, v.get id. So, pisahan natin on our add new. So, case r.id dot btn add. So, for the add, sabi ko nga, it will just only enable yung mga text boxes natin. So, later, i-disable natin sila. Okay, para makita nyo yung gamit nito. Wait lang. Before that, i-disable ko muna. Di ba ito? When I run the program, di ko muna tinuloy. So, when I run the program, I can actually type. Ayan, nakakapag-type ako. There. Okay. So, ang gagawin ko, I'll just disable itong last name. So, disable ko. Let's look for, wait lang, na-click ko. Let's look for enable. Ayan. So, enabled natin siya. Kailangan, check natin ha. Pag chinek ko to, lagi, hanapin natin. Ayan, naka-enable true siya. So, dapat naka-false siya. So, click natin. Ayan, ayan o, enable false dapat siya. So, same for the first name. Ito. Dapat naka-false. Ayan o. Kasi kung hindi nyo siya, yan, dapat yan naka-false. Kasi kung hindi nyo siya igaganyan, wala siyang naka-false dito. Ayan o. Like sa address, di ba wala? So, when you click the address, enable nyo siya. Yan. Lumabas na si false. Kung ayaw nyo naman ng i-click and everything, you just type here, Android. Okay, Android enable is equals to false. Para kapag when I run the program, there, it's hindi ko na siya malagyan. Ayan, no? Even if I click, I type, naka-disable na siya. So, the use of the add button is when I click the add button, it will actually enable those. So, enable natin sila. So, lagay natin text, last name, dot set, enable is equals to true. We also have yung text, first name, dot set, enable, true. Text address, dot set text, dot set enable, true. And text age, dot set enable, true. And then yan muna. Okay, yan muna. Okay. So when I run this, hindi ako naglagay ng break. Okay. Ayan, no. When I click add, pwede na. Okay. Pero in here, sa taas, don't forget to place btn save dot set enable. Close natin siya. I-false natin din siya. Kasi we can only click yung button save once we already click the button add new. So, meron ditong btn save dot set enable true. Okay. And then, okay ko break. Okay. Yan lang yung gamit niya. So, yan siya. Add new. Yan. Oops. Okay. Napindot ko na kasi siya. Check natin again. There. Oops. Hindi siya nag-swap. Nakaklik na talaga siya. Later na lang. Okay? Ma'am, how about yung ginawa nyo on the insert? Dito ko siya ilalagay sa save. So, case r.id.btn save. So, ilalagay ko dito. On the save. Syempre, ito lahat, ifo-false ko muna. Oh, wait. Okay. So, maglagay ako dito ng DB manager dot insert record. Lagay natin DB manager. Si text last name dot get text dot to string. Also have si so last name text first name dot get text dot to string. Also have si text address dot get text dot to string. Also have si text age dot get text dot to string. Okay? So, pang-insert natin. And then, syempre, after I click yung save, magdi-disable ulit siya. So, we'll have this one, set this one all to false. So, false, 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 and then false. Okay? And, lagay nga natin dito. Sige, okay na muna yan. So, after that, lagay ko, i-clear ko siya, btn, sorry. It's text last name dot set text. May clear ba dito? Wala. So, lagyan natin dot set text clear. So, same. Lahat to on this one, pero I'll use the set text. There. And then, don't forget the break. Okay? Testing natin. 11, 12, 20. So, testing natin. So, ayan o, disabled siya. So, mag-add ako. Rina. Ay, sorry. Last name pala. So, kunwari, Lee. Anna. And Philippines. And age 23. Save. Oh no. What happened? Okay, nag-crush. So, check natin error. Oh, near null on my, this one. Oh, sorry ito. There. Sabi ko na eh. Always check the spelling. Clean. Let's have the ano lang muna, the add new, the add button and the save button. Let's continue na lang the save, the update and the delete, the find and the clear on our next lecture. Even pala the viewing. Wait. I need to finish yung view. Okay. Oh no. Why? Siya nag-error. Nagka-crash. So, add. Lagay ko Lee. Anna. Hope it will not crash. 23. Save. There. Okay. How do I know if it's on my database? So my add, ayan, my add and my save are already working. How will I know? So I need to go again to my SQL method and have a code for my fetch. Okay, fetch natin all of the records so that we can view it on the list view. Okay. So SQLite method, yeah, SQLite methods. I have there the insert. Okay, I'll just place here one. I just have get all records na lang muna. So we'll have public array list. So we have contract. Get all records. Okay, on my SQLite methods db. Okay, so kulang na siya. Sabi niya it's missing return. So let's have the return later. So SQLite database. My database is equals to db get writable database, and then cursor is equals to my database dot query contract dot the table name. Okay, new string on my contract that field ID. Okay, also have yung contract that field lagyan na lang natin first name siguro muna, and contract that field last name, and contract that field address, and contract that field age. Okay? So, di-display ko siyang ganyan. And we have string and null, and null. This is type wala. Null and 5 nulls na lang. 5 null. There. And so we have contract db items equals new contract. We have array list contract natin na class. List natin yung student natin. Student new array list. New array list contract na class. And while the cursor left to move to next, lagay natin db items is equals to new contract db items dot set id cursor dot get int cursor. Let's actually, it will read actually your database name. So get column index through from your contract class the field ID. Okay? Same. Oops, there's kulang there. So same pero let's have the the string. So set first name cursor it's get string there, and syempre ito it's field first name. Oops, kulang. Kulang. Okay. Wrong. This one, set first name. There. So, copy, paste. It's supposed to be last name. This one, last name. And then, you also have yung address. So, set address. This one is address. And, syempre, yung age. Age is also an integer. So, set age. So, int. And this one, field age. There. And then, list student that add the DB items. And return list student. There. So, yan siya. So, go to your main activity. So, for the main activity, let's have a code for the fetch. So, lagay natin, sa baba. Here. Sorry, isa pa. Dito. So, we have private void fetch data. Malapit na. Konti na lang. Array list. Contract. We have the list. New DB manager that get all the records. DB manager. Record list dot clear for you have int I equals 0. I is lesser than my list size, that size, I plus plus. Okay? So, I'll check. I-read na isa-isa. So, record list that add DB manager that get all records. Inside is the DB manager that get I that get ID plus space plus DB manager that get all records. DB manager get natin yung I for the first name naman. So, get first name. And then, plus, space, plus, copy ko na lang siya, DB manager, for the last name. Oops. Okay, DB manager's last name. And then, lagay natin again si DB manager para naman kay address. And lastly, DB manager for H. So there. Oops. Parang may kulang. Wrong. There. Oh, expected. Sorry. Nalagyan ko kanina. There. Sobra ba? Hmm. This one, DB manager. So, wait. Sabi niya, expected, semicolon. So, record list data DB manager get all DB manager that get the ID, space, plus the DB manager. Okay, there. There. So, lagay natin dito, adapter is equals to new array adapter. You have the string main activity dot this r dot layout dot support simple spinner drop down item. You have the record list. Ibaba ko na lang siya para makita nyo. Record list and list view dot set adapter add sorry and adapter dot notify data set change. So kukunin ko si fetch data. I'll place the fetch data here and also a fetch data on my syempre on my save. So here, there. So testing. Okay. Once you place a fetch data on your save, don't forget to cast your list view there. So type list view, find view by ID, r.id.list view. And then let's try to run our program. So this one, so click add. So testing Lee. Sorry. So add Lee, Anna, Anna. Oh, let's check our text, our button. Philippines. 23. Save. There. So let's check the codes of our button. Oh, sorry. There. So wait, that one. So let's try again. So we have here add sample testing here 30 save there. It's working.